Hello everyone. Welcome to Daily English Listening. Today I'll be sharing everything about my favorite hobby and why it means so much to me. Everyone has something they enjoy doing in their free time. Some people enjoy sports, others enjoy cooking, traveling, or listening to music. Having a hobby is important because it gives us a chance to relax and do something that makes us happy. Today I would like to talk about my favorite hobby and why it is such an important part of my life. My favorite hobby is reading. Reading has been a part of my life for many years, and it continues to bring me joy every day. Whenever I have free time, I often reach for a book. For me, reading is not just a way to pass the time. It is also a way to learn new things, explore different ideas, and travel to places I have never been. I first discovered my love for reading when I was a child. At the time, my parents often brought home books for me. Some of the books were simple stories with colorful pictures, while others were short fairy tales. I remember sitting quietly and looking at the pages with curiosity. Even though I could not understand every word at the beginning, the stories fascinated me. As I grew older, my reading skills improved, and I began to enjoy books even more. I started reading a variety of books, including adventure stories, mystery novels, and history books. Each book opened a new door to a different world. One of the reasons I love reading is that it allows me to use my imagination. When I read a story, I can imagine the characters, the places, and the events in my mind. It feels as if I am part of the story. Sometimes I imagine walking through a quiet forest, sailing across a wide ocean, or exploring an ancient city. Reading also helps me relax. After a long and busy day, sitting down with a good book feels very comforting. The quiet moment allows my mind to slow down and forget about daily stress. Another reason I enjoy reading is that it helps me learn new ideas and knowledge. Books contain the thoughts and experiences of many different people. By reading their words, we can understand the world better. For example, when I read books about history, I learn about events that happened long ago. These stories show how people lived, how societies changed, and how the world developed over time. When I read books about science or personal development, I learn practical ideas that I can apply in my own life. In this way, reading becomes not only entertainment but also education. My favorite time to read is in the evening. After finishing my work for the day, I like to sit in a quiet place with a book. Sometimes I sit near a window, where I can see the night sky outside. Other times I sit in a comfortable chair with a warm cup of tea. The peaceful atmosphere makes reading even more enjoyable. The quiet environment allows me to focus on the story and fully appreciate the words on the page. Although I enjoy reading physical books, I sometimes read digital books as well. Modern technology has made it easy to carry many books on a single device. This is very convenient when traveling. However, there is still something special about holding a real book in my hands. The feeling of turning the pages and seeing the printed words creates a unique experience. Over the years, reading has also helped improve my language skills. By reading regularly, I have learned many new words and expressions. I have also become more familiar with sentence structures and writing styles. For people who are learning English, reading can be a very useful activity. When we read books written in English, we naturally become more comfortable with the language. At first, it may feel difficult, but with practice, it becomes easier and more enjoyable. Another wonderful thing about reading is that it can be done almost anywhere. We can read at home, in a park, on a train, or even while waiting for an appointment. All we need is a book and a few quiet moments. Sometimes I visit a local library or bookstore to look for new books. Walking through rows of bookshelves is always exciting. There are so many different topics and stories waiting to be discovered. When I find a book that interests me, I feel a sense of anticipation. I wonder what kind of story it will tell, and what ideas I might learn from it. Reading also encourages reflection. Some books contain powerful messages about life, kindness, courage, and perseverance. After finishing such books, I often spend time thinking about the lessons they contain. These lessons sometimes inspire me to become a better person. They remind me to be patient, thoughtful, and open-minded. Another reason reading is my favorite hobby is that it does not require special equipment or expensive tools. A simple book is enough to provide hours of enjoyment and learning. In today's fast-moving world, many people spend a lot of time using smartphones and social media. While technology has many benefits, it can also make our minds feel busy and distracted. Reading offers a different experience. It encourages concentration and deep thinking. When we read, we slow down and focus on a single activity. This kind of focus can be very refreshing in a world filled with constant information and noise. Over time, reading has become more than just a hobby for me. It has become a habit and an important part of my daily routine. Even if I only read for 20 or 30 minutes a day, that time is always meaningful. Through books, I have met many interesting characters and learned countless ideas. Some stories have made me laugh, while others have made me think deeply about life. Books have the power to change the way we see the world. They can introduce us to new cultures, perspectives, and possibilities. Sometimes I recommend my favorite books to friends. It is always enjoyable to discuss stories and share opinions about the characters and themes. Talking about books with others can create meaningful conversations and new friendships. Of course, everyone has different interests when it comes to hobbies. Some people prefer outdoor activities like hiking or playing sports. Others enjoy creative hobbies like painting or photography. There is no single hobby that is perfect for everyone. The most important thing is to find an activity that brings joy and relaxation. For me, reading continues to be the hobby that provides both pleasure and knowledge. It helps me relax, learn, and grow as a person. Whenever I open a book, I know that a new experience is waiting for me. It might be a story about adventure, a lesson about life, or a new idea that expands my understanding of the world. Even after many years, my love for reading has never disappeared. In fact, it has become stronger with time. As long as there are books to read and stories to discover, I believe reading will always remain my favorite hobby. And every time I finish a good book, I feel grateful for the simple joy that reading brings to my life.